All right, let's make this very clear. I never met John Singleton. I only know him through his work. And I want to say that a lot of his work shaped the perception of black descendant Americans and in negative and positive ways. I just want to highlight the man for a little bit, go into some of his movies and really, discuss this. Because as you can see in 91, he did Boys in the Hood, and that movie took off like gangbusters. I mean, it really did define a generation, and it created its own genre of hood movies that includes South Central, Don't Be a Menace, and endless other films that, spoke to the black American experience. Poetic Justice with Janet Jackson and Tupac. I love that movie. I thought it was really, really good. Um, Baby Boy, which originally was supposed to have Tupac in it, but Tupac had passed by the time it got off the ground. Too Fast, Too Furious. We introduced Tyrese. Higher Learning, which is a very underrated movie. I loved Higher Learning. I really did. But his whole thing for a very long time was, just race relations. Yeah, Abduction. Yeah. He did that. That was a studio check. It's like, seriously. Four Brothers, which I didn't get into. A lot of people got into Four Brothers. I just couldn't. Hustle and Flow, another movie that a lot of people got into, but I just didn't like it. I wasn't a fan. I was like, this isn't cool. The 2000 Shaft remake, once again, not into. Did you see the sequel to this remake? Did you see the commercial for the ad for that? Because they got that skinny kid from Survivor's Remorse and Independence Day to play Shaft, and that's just terrible casting. That really is. He did Black Snake Moan. He had a thing for, I think, what's her name? Christina Ricci. Let me make sure I get her name right. It's cast, because she was in. I think there's the same chick from Hustle and Flow too, if memory serves me correct. Yeah, Christina Ricci. Yeah, he worked with her quite a bit. But let's take it back. Black Snake Moan. That was all about white girls loving black meat. It's a crazy movie. That's all I really remember about the movie too. Illegal Tender. I remember that movie. I remember watching like scenes. Like there's a scene where the mom comes out blazing guns. Rosewood. Ah, man, that takes me back. I remember watching that. That starred Mario Van Peebles. Hold on. Okay, now we gotta go and check out casting. The cast. Mario. I'm pretty sure that was Mario Van Peebles. John Voight, Ving Rhames, Don Cheadle, Michael Rooker, Lauren Dane. I guess not. I must not have been thinking about. Maybe I'm thinking about Posse. I might be thinking about Posse. I've confused the two. Apparently, I've confused Rosewood and Posse. Almost like the same movie. But yeah, I mean, the man's had a very illustrious career, really proving that, black directors could helm projects and they could be financially successful. And, when it really is sad that he passed, but, we're all here temporarily, and you gotta admire someone who can leave such a staple on, the culture, on American culture. Now, like I said, a lot of the images projected in tons of these films are images that have been burnt into the retinas of, urban life. But at the same time, he cut his check, so I ain't even gonna be mad at him for that. He did Beverly Hills Cop 3. Oh, jeez, really, dude? You did the worst Beverly Hills Cop movie you did? Oh, dude, come on, man. Marion Jones, Michael Jackson. Oh, man, I remember that. That was a pretty big thing back in the day. His story, had the Scream video on it. I remember that. He directed 8 Mile. Yeah, I didn't even know he directed 8 Mile. Through a lens, darkly. I was about to say darky. That's kind of racist of me. In the Luke Cage movie, which clearly was never made. But let's tap this right quick. Luke Cage, director John Singleton, Columbia. Oh yeah, that definitely isn't. This must have been like something that was talked about him doing. Avi Arad. If you okay, if you're not like a fan, you won't know that name, Avi Arad. But Avi Arad is he's not a fantastic producer. So I guess we dodged a bullet with that Luke Cage never being made. You were really gonna try to make Tyrese Luke Cage? You really don't want Tyrese is too skinny. Sorry, he's way too skinny to be Luke Cage. So, rest in peace, John Singleton. Appreciate your work. You really put a staple on American culture, and, it's to be respected.